Today I had a little bit of chit chat with my friend that said that averages don't make sense. And I think that we'll have to create a new video about this with some time. But let's talk about the main stuff here. Why exactly does averages work and how everything develops in one big thing? It's possible to even get $1 million in some kind of lottery. Theoretically, yes, anything is possible in the world of really big numbers. I will learn you how to use it. Lie with it, earn with it, and work with it. And today we will talk about everything that connects it. Let's start with the main question. What the hell is the law of big numbers? A thesis from Wikipedia. In probability theory, the law of large numbers is the mathematical law that states that the average of the results obtained from the large number of independent random samples converges to the true value. More formally, the law of large numbers states that given a sample of independent and identically distributed values, the sample mean converges to the true mean. Basically, the main idea for all of us simple-headed guys: if you flip a coin enough times, you'll just get the fact that the chance to land a coin on each side is 50% or around this. And if you will ask enough people what's their favorite color, you will get the average at one point. And I hope it's not blue. And I really hope it's not blue because it's a basic ass color. Sorry about this. But the average doesn't mean that it's a real one, the one that everybody likes. And that's the main disappointment that everyone gets from the law of big numbers and means. They all think that if on average everyone sleeps with 20 partners, then they too have to sleep with 20 partners. But no, it doesn't work like that. It's just some kind of metric that shows you the main concept, the main area. It envelops the area, it tries to show it I don't know how to explain this on English, it's quite bad. Basically, it's just an indicator. That's how I can say this. It's just an indicator that can be compared to the same indicators, not with every person exactly. At this amount of events, you will see almost impossible things start to happen. At first, to fully understand the power of it, let's move to the real world. It's hard to land a coin on the rip, because even if I'll try quite a lot of time, I'll just get some kind of, and yeah, it's a Skyrim coin. Yeah, if I'll try enough times, I will get some kind of probability. Anyway, once I will land this coin on a rip, even if it's quite hard, and the harder it is, the lower the chance. Probability that you will do this in a series of throws moves to the 100% with each throw. At the first time, the probability is quite low, but if you'll try enough times, the probability in this series will be big enough, and it will move to the 100%. Yeah, and it's not important how unlikely this is. Each throw has the same probability that, again, you can calculate with the law of big numbers, but it will happen once. Even if the probability on each throw is 0.00001%, each throw is exactly one throw. You shouldn't use the previous throws for your analytics. Anyway, it's still better, of course, in the series of throws. But it's quite hard to explain, to be honest, for at least I didn't understand it quite well, because if I'll throw it 5 times and it will land on a head, then it has to land on a tail, yeah? Yeah, but we'll talk about that. So, how to lie with big numbers? Not to lie really, but to deceive, to manipulate. And the first one is really common. You will land the next one. It's the good assertion. Yes, basically this is true that this is much more possible for you to land a coin on heads the second time if you landed it on tails before. But you should understand that each time it's the same probability. Even it's a millionth head, it's still 50% for you to get a tail. It's still 50%. Sounds quite stupid, yeah. But the main idea here is the fact that these throws aren't connected to each other. For example, let's change the main event that we're talking about. Is it possible for you to land 5 heads in a row, yeah? It's possible, right? It's still possible. And 10, but what if 100? It's more and more unlikely, but it's still possible. Yeah. And if I as analyst, we'll want to calculate the probability of one event. I'll need some kind of sample size. More often it occurs, the smaller sample I need. For example, to get a real mean of the coin throw, real mean of probability of the coin throw, I need not a big sample size. So I have to throw it like, I didn't calculate this one, for example, like 30 times, yeah. For example, 100 times. It will still be enough. It will be okay. It will be good enough statistics. But if I want to understand probability of a sequence of events, I will need a much bigger sample size. And it grows exponentially. But it still could happen and happens somewhere. Still. And you, exactly you, still can be that 0.00001% that got the crazy sequence, and nothing protects you from that. And what exactly is the sequence? Why don't we accept every coin throw on the earth for the main sequence, for example? Yeah, basically no one cares. No one cares how you create the sample. It's still, the main idea here is that every time it's still 50%. It's not low, it's not bigger. It's still 50%. Yeah, it's highly unlikely to get like 10-50% probabilities in a row. It's not in a row, if you think about it. A row of probabilities is possible only mathematically. In the real world, something happened between this stuff. Even microsecond between this stuff is still enough. And it's not like some virtual environment where you can lab test all of this stuff. It's still the same stuff. And it's quite hard to rely on this statistic. Yes, you have to have it in your mind that it's much more probable that the next landing will be opposite to the previous one. But still, you have to understand that it doesn't work like that. Like, you rely on it, but you don't really think that it's impossible. I think we can explain this from this one. Because let's make a thought experiment. If you will throw the coin 5 times in a row, yeah, you will get one sequence. But what if you and your friends throw 5 coins at a time? What's the sequence? What if you will throw each one by one? What is it? Is it based on time? What are you basing this on? So the main stuff here is, don't try to manipulate your idea about the probability of the sequential events. It's still the same probability each time, sadly, yeah. Also, second one is important. Your probability of death is 10% in the next year. It's like bad assertion. Let's imagine that it's 10% and you should try for sure to move it somehow in this case. But you can't choose where you will be here. Will you be in this 10% or not? Nobody knows for sure. Not your doctor, basically nobody, sadly. But are you the one of this 10%? You have no choice here. It's targeted to scare you or calm you down. It should for sure, yeah, calm you down or scare, because mainly it's used for like legitimate reasons. But this words doesn't really mean anything. It just means that on average in the whole world, it's 10% that you will die. But if we will get like 100 copies of you will die in or not in 100% of situations. If we'll like put everything in the same conditions and etc. And basically if we'll copy everything, it will be like this. And it doesn't work. You can't compare yourself to only the number. You have to understand what is the average. So who is the average person here? Who hits the table of these operations? You have to understand this, and this will move your survivability at one or another side. For example, if someone will die on 10% of the times from the disease, you will think that you're in danger. Yeah, in danger from this disease, for example. But you will look on the stats, you will try to understand it, you will figure out that these 10% are only the old people. And you're not old, for example. I know that all of you are old. I've seen my YouTube statistics, but still, let's imagine that you're young and prosperous. That's the main stuff. You just have to understand that it doesn't apply to you. Okay, the most interesting stuff, how to earn on big numbers and on this law. Yes, you can earn money, and let's make a deal. If this video will get like a million views, I will shave my head, yeah? You can participate in this, watching this video, leaving a like, comment, subscribing, or getting to my streams on Wednesdays, but basically it's the same probability, close to zero. I understand this, you understand this, but what if? What if? So I'll ask you for like $1. Yeah, and you will get an undisclosed chance to get a full $1 million, or even $1 billion. Yeah, it's just some crazy stupid amount. Good deal? Yeah, seems like it. Really good deal. But $1 is a small amount. You lose nothing and get the chance to earn something, right? Well, yeah, but this chance is so small, even if you will buy a ticket every day for the rest of your life. And I will not lie, I will be fully truthful. Each time I will run fully randomly generated program that I did not tune. Really, I will pay $1 million to some kind of guy, yeah, once. I'm serious. This isn't even needed. Numbers just do so much in my favor that if 1 million people buy this ticket, I'll still come to like, I don't know, 10% chance that you will win or something like that. Or even lower, because it's so much on my side, yeah. And I still could go bankrupt because 3 people in a row could win this, yeah, for sure. But with a bigger chance, I will get a blowjob from an elephant living in Europe in my lifetime. So I don't think I have to worry about it. It's just odds. You bet, I bet. But my bet is much more possible. You can calculate all needed stuff if you're interested in this. And it's used time and time again. With lotteries, casinos, and etc. I've been working with them. I've been touching this stuff once. All of this is basically statistics. It's just basic math. You don't even have to scam anyone. You don't have to tune any like crazy shit on these spins or on these lotteries. It's just math. Basic math. You really can win $1 million. Even on your first spin. Yeah, and I will not lie, and casino, it could go bankrupt. And in our theory, it eventually will, because even the most unlikely things happen. Once, someone will win 3 times in a row. Yeah, and it will be shit. But I can calculate this event and turn it from unlikely to almost impossible. The probability would be closer to Earth losing its gravity today than for my bankruptcy to happen. So, if you want these calculations, or to know how to calculate a sample size, yeah, comment about it, like this video, subscribe, and we'll discuss how to use it for good or bad. Peace.